actually said they're pretty unfamiliar, although Fullerton does have some really strong players like Check6 Mystic, who is always one of those dominant players in the SoCal esports land. And, of course, Pomona has also really good players as well, as one of my good friends, and I'll talk about him later. But we do see right here in the top right, we have cGoCRaM. He's in the blue.
That's right.
And he is representing Cal State Fullerton in the bottom left. We do have Spydo, the red Zerg, representing Pomona.
And the crowd goes wild.
And it's going to be ZVZ on Daybreak. It is a 2-player map. There are 2 watchtowers in the center, which does give you decent vision, but not full vision, so you still need some faithful scouting. Yes. Overall, I just like how this map plays out in terms of expansion timing and paths you can take to your opponent. In general, I just love the way this map is played.
Yeah, and these 2 players are going to be sending both of those overlords out for scouting information, trying to get a quick scout. Well, while all these guys are going to be macroing up, let's talk a little bit about the expansions on these maps. I mean, we do have this area here that's pretty much like very easy to get to, but the issue is that there's a lot of areas that you need to defend from, so taking an early expansion will be risky on this map.
Yep, so it'll depend on how each other players are familiar. I mean, I'm pretty sure these players have played in the past. Both these players do have winning records in the CSL. And so, I mean, these are 1v1 players that people can rely on, they can go to. They definitely feel comfortable. If you are kind of the first person picked on your lineup in general in CSL, I've been first pick one time. It just, again, sets the tone of the rest of the match. You want to send a person who can win in a convincing way to show that your opponents that you're here to show up. You're here for real. Now, Fullerton just took a loss against UC Davis, so they're looking out for blood. They want to actually win this next match here.
Yeah, and they feel a little bit under the gun right now, and honestly, they really need to have this win, and that'll set the tone for the rest of this matchup. And we do see that cGoCRaM decides to put down both of the extractor and the pool at the exact same time while getting an expansion. So
yep, so pretty standard things here, nothing too out of the ordinary. And, you know, again, another thing to really consider is that it is ZVZ, so anything can happen indeed. Nothing is going to really show up until around the 4-minute mark, and that's when players really start to feel each other out. Now, Spydo is advancing forward with some of his overlords, and this is kind of why a lot of players don't actually drone scout too early or too often on this map, because it's kind of short distances if you float your overlord. So it looks like at this point Spydo will discover that hatchery, his first actual scouting of this game, but at the same time cGoCRaM actually sees the hatchery as well, so some good information already discovered by both opponents.
Yeah, and with this information that Spydo has, he's going to be able to, you know, maybe even put on a little bit of harass, you know, and he knows that his tech is a little bit behind. His drones have been pretty much salvaged right now, and right now we do see that he has this spine crawler being made right now, but with the amount of Zerglings on the ropes right now, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to ward this off. He's trying to save that one spine crawler. He keeps on canceling it, but he keeps on... Oh, gosh, it's so close right now. 2 Zerglings, one microing as much as he can, but Spydo comes out the victor in that battle.
Oh, I mean, Spydo constantly forcing cancels on the spine, doing a good job making sure that spine can never get up uncontested. Now, at the same time, cGoCRaM did see 6 Zerglings, so he says, no, I'll definitely opened for some kind of speedling expand. Now, speed is already finished for Spydo, and at the same time, cGoCRaM, his spine crawler will finish in time. He did show his 2 queens that are trying to block the ramp. Does not want Spydo to get inside of his main to see anything there. So at the same time, good defense here by cGoCRaM, making sure that he doesn't give away any information freely.
No, and that's key, especially in a ZVZ. You don't want your opponent to know what you're going to be building, or nor what you're building. So, and denying any type of scouting information is very key, especially in a ZVZ, because it gives you the ability to know how many drones are on the line, how many queens, and also what kind of tech you're building in your main base. And Spydo does see an enormously large amount of Zerglings. He says, wait a second, that's 12 Zerglings. Is he making that for defense? But that's got to at least offset him about something at this point. He says there's a lot of slow Zerglings. And it looks like 3 Speedlings from Spydo wants to get in. Did he actually catch any sight of anything? Yeah. I don't know. At this point, it looks like the Spydo trying to just play a little bit more safe here, but looks like he's going to get a couple links surrounded. He's not very welcome here on this right side of the map. No, he is not. I mean, he did see a couple Banelings being morphed in, so he does know that there's Baneling tech on the field by CRAM right now, and that's going to be very key for him to decide what type of tech he's going to be going. I mean, we do see him going the roach route. He already has about 4 more roaches going to be coming out, getting that +1 range. So, and then in response to this, we do see that CRAM is going to be getting up his roach warren. So, see what he does with that.
Yeah, I mean, Spydo does have roaches blocking the ramp. He is taking a little bit of harass. One roach does get surrounded. Now, Spydo has to be careful. Does not want to let these Zerglings up the ramp. And, of course, a good Zerg player would bait out those roaches and then try to run by, making sure to get a surround or just completely dart to the main mineral line. Now, Spydo sending back some drones to mine, but that is not a good situation because, again, that is a danger zone considering how many Zerglings are constantly threatened here, Longshot.
Yeah, with the amount of Zerglings on the field right now, I mean, we do see that cGoCRaM actually does have the map control and has the ability to do what he wants on it. I mean, at this moment in time, he could even take a third if he decides to, and he can pretty much has complete map control. Keeping this guy on 2 bases, it gives him the opportunity to either tech up to something very large, or he can decide to expand again. And
it looks like at this point, cGoCRaM, he's moving in here. It looks like Spydo's going to respond. He does have roaches there blocking the mineral line, and it looks like those Banelings do end up penetrating, but Spydo with strong roach plays and make sure he can't defend. Looks like cGoCRaM misrallied some of his drones there. Wants to offer drones for peace, but looks like instead accidentally sent them to the wrong direction. And, a little bit of larva donation for charity. It's for the kids.
So it's all about the kids, right?
Absolutely. And it looks like at the same time, cGoCRaM realizing a little bit of mistake, but nothing too game-breaking. And it looks like at the same time, though, Spydo is moving across the map. And cGoCRaM, is he going to be ready for this long shot?
I don't know. I mean, he does have one Spinecrawler going to be pushing up a little bit forward. He does have a few Banelings, and roaches are being made right now. And also his +1 is a little bit delayed because right now we do see Spydo going to be moving in. Also, he's going to be doing tons of damage to that. He's got to make sure that Spinecrawler stays alive. He's got to transfuse that. No, he does transfuse it. The roaches are focusing, firing it down, and it goes. Oh my god, like he's going to be losing a lot, pulling out the drones. The drones are trying to take shots off and trying to whittle down the roach forces. Unfortunately, I don't see him going to be coming out of this anytime soon.
Oh, looks like Spydo's pushing in here. There's the good game from